Back in the book segment tonight, the pro football nickname Redskins. For nearly 80 years, the Washington team has held that nickname. Now some say it's racist. The team itself denies that, pointing to a variety of data to back up their position. Joining us now from Washington is attorney Lanny Davis, who is representing the Redskins. Wow, for a liberal like you, that's quite a commitment, Lanny, huh?
Well, I'm a Redskins fan and been so for 40 years. And when we sing Hail to the Redskins every Sunday when there's a game in the stadium and Redskins Nation, we are honoring the word Redskins. There's nothing disparaging intended. And I know that Mr. Snyder, the team's owner, who was a Redskins fan since he was growing up in this area, it's all about honor and nothing more than a team name for 80 years.
How can you convince people like Bob Costas and others who say it's a demeaning name? How can you, Lanny Davis, hired by the Washington Redskins, convince them that they're misguided? What are you going to point to?
Well, I don't need to convince somebody who has a personal emotion they're entitled. Mr. Costas is entitled, but he has to apply the same standard. He used the term Native American throughout his essay during the halftime game between the Cowboys and the Redskins. He used it over and over again because Native Americans say they're not Indians. Columbus was mistaken when he called them Indians. So we all use the term Native Americans, yet he focused his ire on an 80-year-old Washington Redskins name. He's been saying that name for 20 years, and he excused the name Cleveland Indians when, in fact, I believe fans of the Cleveland Indians love the Cleveland Indians for many years, just as we do. But using a double standard isn't right as far as I'm concerned.
All right. President Obama says he would change the name. That gets as high as you can in this country. How would you convince President Obama that he is misguided?
Well, I read his words very carefully. What he says, if a sizable group are offended, and he were the team owner, he'd consider making the name change. In fact, sizable group is undefined, but we do have national data from 2004 and 2013. And 2004 was the Annenberg Institute that polled Native Americans across the country. 30,000 people polled 1,000 Native Americans. 9 out of 10 Native Americans said they're not offended. And in our local area, our Virginia tribes say they're not offended. So according to President Obama, I don't see a sizable group necessary. And it's up to Mr. Snyder, who is a Redskins fan the way I am. In our fan base, 98% love the team and love the name.
How do you know 98% of Redskins fans love the name? Did you take a survey on that?
Our survey of our fan base and our season tickets holders have us in the high 90s.
Really?
The Washington Post survey of the whole metropolitan area have about 80%, including Cowboys fans who are in our area, some of them, say don't change the name.
Final question. You know, in debates like this, if you stick up for the name Redskins, that some are going to say you're a racist. You're a racist. You don't care about the people who are being offended. You don't care about Native Americans. I was talking about this with David Letterman the other day. And Letterman went off on all the abuses that the white society committed against Native Americans. And this, we shouldn't be perpetuating this, and let's change the name. So you, Lanny Davis, are in a unique position of being a very liberal man, Hillary Clinton's best friend. And now the left going to come and say, hey, you're a suspect here, Lanny. And what do you think about that?
First of all, I'm a friend. She has a lot of best friends.
No, she's your best friend. Go ahead.
Look, David Letterman is entitled to his opinion. What he shouldn't do is make up facts. And until he talks to Native Americans across the spectrum, which is who we're hearing from, they're not offended by a sports team name where there's no intent. And there's no analogy to expletives about race that are slurs, where there's nothing but intent to disparage. For 80 years, the Washington Redskins have been beloved as a team name, as have the Cleveland Indians, the Atlanta Braves, and the Chicago Blackhawks, who won the Stanley Cup. So at least I want a level standard here, and we love saying and singing Hail to the Redskins. That's a song of honor, and that is not a song of disparagement.
All right. Lanny Davis, everybody, thank you. Fact and tip of the day.